All right. Do you have any idea what happened here?
No, he just brought us something to eat.
Okay.
We were sitting on the couch eating, and then I just heard guns. Okay. And I ran to put my son in the room, and I came outside, and he was laying on the cart.
He's going to say, hey, he pulled a gun on me. He shot at me. Whoever it is.
We don't have a suspect yet. Tyrone didn't deserve what happened to him.
Welcome to the Crime Core Central channel. If you're a fan of true crime content, go ahead and give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and let us know your thoughts on this story in the chat below. Alright, let's jump into the video. Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III was a U.S. Army soldier born on August 23, 1995 in Benton Harbor, Michigan, to parents Tyrone Hassel Jr. and LaShonda Jones. Throughout his life, Sergeant Hassel overcame significant challenges. Despite growing up in what his father would describe to be a tough neighborhood, he excelled academically and in sports, earning a college scholarship to pursue engineering. During his college years, he made the decision to enlist in the Army, where he achieved various accolades. According to his obituary, he received the Army Achievement Medal, earned the German Army Proficiency Badge, and completed a 9-month deployment in South Korea. His most recent accomplishment before he passed was his promotion to sergeant on October 31, 2017. In 2015, Sergeant Hassel met Specialist Kemia Martin in the Army while stationed at Fort Carson in Colorado, igniting a serious relationship between them. They later married on May 17, 2017. Following their union, Kemia gave birth to their son, Tyrone Hassel IV, and she was known to have created positive connections within the Hassel family. On January 12, 2019, news outlets were abuzz with a shocking development in the brutal ambush murder of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. The twist? One of the suspects arrested in connection with this horrific crime was none other than Kemia Hassel, the soldier's own wife.
I do know that it was planned. I don't know how much I should say, but it was planned out. It was basically, man, my son was assassinated.
I want you to spend every day suffering behind bars for the rest of your life, and I hope every time you close your eyes, my son tap you on your shoulders and smile.
In the accounts detailing the life of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III, you uncover a portrait of a man who was cherished and esteemed by those in his inner circle. Described as a devoted husband, loving father, and dedicated soldier, his unwavering zest for life brought a radiant light to those fortunate enough to cross his path. This is a story about the brutal betrayal of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel. This story takes us to St. Joseph Township. St. Joseph Township is a charter township located in Berrien County, Michigan. It is characterized as a typical bedroom community without a specific downtown area. The township's population was recorded at 9,993 according to the 2020 census. Situated along the shores of Lake Michigan in the west-central part of the county, St. Joseph Township lies to the south of and adjacent to the city of St. Joseph. St. Joseph has experienced a decline in both violent and property crime rates in recent years, reflecting a positive trend for the community. The city's reported violent crime rate of 15 is lower than the national average of 22.7. This decrease indicates that residents are less likely to be affected by violent crimes, contributing to a safer environment within the community. On New Year's Eve, a time usually brimming with hope and excitement for the future, the year 2018 descended into darkness. A chilling murder plot shattered the festive spirit of the new year, plunging the revered Army Sergeant into a battle for his life. As the dust settled in the days following the terrifying ordeal, an unexpected suspect emerged. In the midst of the day's unfolding events, 22-year-old Kemia Hassel, an active duty soldier on vacation from the Army, found herself at Tyrone Hassel's father's house, caring for their almost 2-year-old son. Meanwhile, 23-year-old active duty Sergeant Tyrone ventured out to a party earlier that evening. sending a routine text message to his family about bringing back food for them before returning to the New Year's festivities. As Tyrone made his way back home bearing food for his family, a gesture of love that would unknowingly be his last, a malevolent force was also in motion, traveling towards him with sinister intentions.
I need help, my husband.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I need help. I need help, my husband was shit. I need help.
As the clock neared midnight, a chilling 911 call shattered the tranquility of the night. In a voice filled with urgency, a woman begged for help, revealing that her husband had been shot. The police and first responders immediately leaped into action, racing to the scene to administer life-saving aid to the victim and unravel the mystery behind the violent attack. Upon arrival at the scene, the police discovered the young sergeant lying next to his car, barely clinging to life. Beside him, his wife held his bullet-riddled body. The scene offered no obvious clues, cloaked in an air of mystery and doubt. Given the fact that the sergeant was on vacation visiting and not a local resident led investigators to suspect that this was a deliberate and targeted attack. The police were confronted with a challenging mission in the wake of the violent attack against the Army soldier. In the days that followed, Kemia had a birthday, helped plan her husband's funeral, and even displayed a brazen attitude towards strangers, honoring his legacy, all while within the walls of Tyrone's father's residence. However, a vital tip shared with the St. Joseph Township Police Department would refocus the investigation on the very person who had originally alerted authorities through the 911 call about the incident. The police received a crucial tip from an anonymous woman 11 days after the murder. She disclosed that her military son was aware of Kemia's involvement in a relationship with another soldier. Simultaneously, on the very day of this revelation, 2 soldiers stationed at Fort Stewart approached the Army's Criminal Investigation Division, CID, with details concerning their comrade, 24-year-old Jeremy Cuellar. The CID is the primary federal law enforcement agency of the United States Department of the Army. Within the United States Army, they have exclusive jurisdiction in the investigation of all serious felony-level crimes, with the exception of certain national security crimes and certain aspects of international terrorism. CID investigators uncovered that Cuellar had traveled from Fort Stewart to Chicago several days before the crime was committed. CID provided Michigan investigators with the plate of the car suspected to be driven by Cuellar. Following the information provided by CID, Michigan investigators confirmed that the car was indeed present in the area at the time of the shooting. Cuellar was taken into custody on January 11, 2019, but he maintained his silence when questioned by officers. On the same day, in Michigan, Kemia was brought in for further questioning by investigators. Despite continuous denial of any involvement with Cuellar, Kemia persisted in her stance even as officers presented evidence of her relationship with Jeremy Cuellar. Subsequently, Kemia agreed to undergo a polygraph examination. After being informed of deceptive results, Kemia was interviewed again and eventually admitted to her role in the tragic events. On January 12, 2019, Kemia Hassel was arrested after admitting her involvement to the police. Both Kemia and Jeremy Cuellar faced charges of first-degree premeditated murder. As the investigation unfolded, details emerged about the meticulous planning behind the crime that left the community in shock. It became clear that Kemia Hassel, along with her accomplice, had orchestrated the ambush with chilling precision. The evidence suggested that this was not a crime of passion, but rather a calculated scheme that reflected a disturbing disregard for human life. Police uncovered a sinister scheme orchestrated by the 2 suspects during their time stationed together in Korea months earlier. Utilizing the social media platform Snapchat for their clandestine conversations, they believed that their digital trail would vanish along with any evidence of their crime. The motive behind eliminating Sergeant Hassel was their desire to be together, ensuring Kemia and her accomplice Jeremy could claim the Army's $400,000 life insurance payout. As Kimia's trial began, she was faced with an overwhelming array of evidence outlining her role in the crime. Witnesses took the stand to testify about their understanding of the events that led up to the crime. One witness, a woman who had been involved with Jeremy Cuellar while he was engaged in an affair with Kimia and still married himself, provided further insight into the complex web of relationships surrounding the case. She would go on to testify and say,
"He was telling me about it. I told him I thought it was a stupid idea because I felt like it was stupid because he has a child and this is the wife of him. So I was like, that's very dumb on both of y'all part." He said, "Well, this is what it's gonna be and this is what we are gonna do. We are gonna carry out with the plan."
A crucial aspect highlighted by prosecutors was Jeremy Cuellar's multiple travels from Illinois to Michigan before the fatal attack on the young soldier. It was emphasized that Cuellar made several attempts before ultimately succeeding in carrying out the crime. Additionally, it was revealed during the trial that on the night of the successful attack, Kimia refused to meet with Jeremy. Feeling a sense of frustration and believing he was acting in her interests, Jeremy's anger reportedly escalated, leading to the tragic and horrendous act of Tyrone.
Kamia's lawyer says her confession to police was coerced. He says she was worn down by an expert interviewer while in the company of armed police officers. Her lawyer says she admits to knowing of the murder plan, but didn't think Cuellar would follow through.
As soon as your husband's murdered, you knew it was Jeremy Cuellar? You never say anything? You're sending him money? The only reason you're not saying anything is you were involved and you want to get away with it.
The prosecutor revealed that Kimia transferred some of the money from Tyrone's life insurance payment to Cuellar almost as soon as she got it.
On July 18, 2019, Kimia Hassel was found guilty of first-degree premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Subsequently, on August 29, 2019, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
I did want her to know, that my son truly was in love with her. He truly did love her, and I wanted you to think about that every day for the rest of your life, that you killed someone that really did love you.
The judge called this a chilling tale of greed and selfishness.
You shall serve life in prison.
Jeremy Cuellar opted to take a plea deal for his involvement in the murder plot. Cuellar pleaded guilty to second-degree murder on July 30, 2019, and on September 23, 2019, he was sentenced to serve 65 to 90 years in prison. During the victim impact statement by Tyrone Hassel's mother, Cuellar had a sudden emotional outburst, potentially indicating his struggle to face the magnitude of the atrocious crime he had committed.
Man!
You gotta maintain.
Both perpetrators of this brutal act of betrayal went on to appeal their convictions, and ultimately, both had their sentences upheld. Kimia Hassel is currently serving her term at the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility in Pittsfield Township, Michigan. Meanwhile, Jeremy Cuellar is currently incarcerated at the Richard A. Handlin Correctional Facility in Ionia, Michigan. The tragic fate of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III was truly senseless. He had achieved remarkable accomplishments at a young age, leaving us to ponder the heights he could have reached had his life not been cut short. The betrayal by one's own life partner is a gut-wrenching betrayal that shakes the very foundation of trust and love. It's natural to question why Kimia couldn't choose to seek a divorce instead of resorting to such a drastic and irreversible act. The motivations behind such actions remain shrouded in mystery, leaving us to grapple with the complexities of human relationships and the decisions driven by intense emotions. Reflecting on this heartbreaking story serves as a somber reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. It prompts us to cherish our loved ones, prioritize communication and understanding in our relationships, and strive to cultivate empathy and compassion in our interactions with others. Our deepest condolences are extended to the family and friends of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more engaging content, and let's stand together in fostering a culture of kindness and respect. Stay safe, and until next time, take care.